Hey guys, my yard is a mess. My garden's a mess. Everything needs to be mowed. I'm working on cleaning projects I need to take care of. I've just been so busy, guys. I don't even know how to describe it. But it is time to come out in the garden and do a little bit of work. I want to show you guys what's going on in my garden. First, I did come out to pick some zucchini. I found 2 large desert zucchinis. This one had something munching on the end, so I cut it off. And I've been really happy with this desert zucchini. I do have powdery mildew on it. So it is time to take care of that. I actually haven't sprayed it yet, but what I did is I keep this jar of milk out here. It's dried milk, and it's just a tablespoon in a quart size container. It's really a lot easier if you use a shaker cup to mix it. And then I just come over to the zucchini plant and I just spray, and look at that. Look at the powdery mildew. It's funny, this plant really produces, even with the powdery mildew, it seems to be kind of a super zucchini. Like, I have a lot of trouble with zucchini. I don't know about you guys, certainly my northern, Georgia customers don't have any problems, but us in Florida, we tend to have problems. I found this variety from Whitwam Organics to be really good. I should probably just cut off these leaves here. The desert zucchini seems to produce really well. It's very delicious. And so that, so we go with the varieties that we can grow. I do need to pick green beans. I need to pick Swiss chard. I've been eating that actually. And I have lettuce. I have some empty holes that I need to fill, and I need to come out and be harvesting. I actually have been harvesting this, but this is my Jamaican Sorrel. So good. It's one of my favorite plants to grow because it just requires almost no care. And this is the time of the year where I get these wonderful calyxes that I make a delicious, we call it Florida Kool-Aid. It's so good. I've been picking broccoli. So a little tip on the broccoli: when you're growing broccoli in the tower garden, you want to grow varieties that will give you small heads. So like this is the pure Sacaba broccoli. There's several different kinds. Sometimes they call it Chinese broccoli or broccolini. And if you only have like one plant, then come out and pick the little heads every day. Store them in a Tupperware container. After about a week, you'll have enough for a meal, or make some broccoli soup. I like to chop up the leaves when I make broccoli soup too. That really adds a lot of flavor to the soup and a lot of nutrition. I have been coming out here every couple days and picking ground cherries. I'm the only one in the family that likes these, so I don't know why. I just think they're not flexible enough. Like, they're so good. They taste like little pineapple oranges. I think if you start little kids on them, then they won't think they're strange and they'll eat them. A lot of times as adults we get, weird ideas because something is sort of strange. My pumpkin is out of control. So my pumpkin started in this spot right here, and then I let it grow, and I cut it off from the tower garden because pumpkins will actually put roots down anywhere it touches the ground. I don't see any of the little roots. They're all in the ground, but anywhere it touches the ground. So you can start it in the tower, and then it will just take off, and you can cut it off from the tower, and then it won't be using up all your water and resources, and it really doesn't need that much nutrition. It does well in our sandy soils. These are leeks. Very happy with these leeks. This cucumber plant, it is a dead dog. I need to pull it and get this mess out of here and replant with something else. I've got celery doing great. A couple weeks ago, I actually pulled that entire, I don't know if you can see it, that is dandelion, which I really love, but it had gotten so big, and so I chopped the whole thing off, and then it's coming back, which is fine. That will keep it manageable in size. This is another squash type here, and the whole thing needs to go, and it's being invaded by a tomato, which is fine by me. Let the tomatoes take over. It's the time of the year for tomatoes in Florida. Here's another zucchini. This is a yellow zucchini here. It really hasn't been producing much because the bugs have been getting at it. It's not as bug resistant as the desert zucchini, but also I haven't sprayed it with anything, so I need to get the neem and the Dr. Bronner's out and spray it and give it a fighting chance. I love that my mint is flourishing. This mint, I've had this going for years and years and years, and come fall, I just refresh it with some nutrients and new soil, and it'll just start flushing out And I love to cook lamb, and so mint is wonderful. Plus, I just eat it. I've been eating it out in the garden. Here, I've got Ancho Peppers. They're doing really well. And I am going to make some stuffed peppers. There's a lot of them. Look at all that. I've got more broccoli growing, cauliflower. I've got lots of empty spots that I need to fill. Lots of lettuce that I need to harvest. Lots more places to plant stuff. A lot of tomatoes growing. I was a little late on my tomatoes this year. I forgot why. There was a reason. So I wish I would have started them in August. And then I would definitely be harvesting a lot of tomatoes right now. So that's my bad. Green beans growing in pot. These are pole beans. And so they don't work as well in the tower garden because they are so long and lanky. So I like to just grow them in fabric pots and train them up. I don't see any green beans yet, but they'll be coming soon. It would have been good if I would have been out here separating these and threading them through, but again, I just wasn't, so such is life. And then I have let this pumpkin take over, which I did not mean to. My husband's never happy about this, but it happens again. It's life. The lawn just needs to be mowed really bad, but you know, I almost hate to mow it because the bees have been having a banquet out here. Look at all these flowers for the bees, and so I don't feel too bad about that. And then more pumpkin. This is nice. So this pumpkin will be gone at the first frost. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. We got another month before we're going to get a frost. And then this is my plum tree. I did put sugar snap peas this year in fabric pots. And in Florida, really, they only grow in the winter. I have not been able to get sugar snap peas to grow other times of the year. And I decided that instead of putting like one in a tower garden, I would just do a whole bunch of plants. Because if I can only grow it, you know, a short time of the year, then I want lots of them. So I may even plant some more. I did plant a few onions over there. And this is one of my favorites here. This is a hibiscus, but it's edible. The leaves are absolutely delicious, and the flowers are pretty, and I love to eat this. It tastes like cranberries. So good. So here's my more cleaning projects. So you can see we're getting the house ready for Thanksgiving. So we've been, you know, these are all the dog beds, and oh, the porch needs to be cleaned. Everything is a mess. Here I've got tomatoes again that I started a little late. Tons of empty holes that I need to plant. And my strawberries that are doing really, really well, despite me really not having done anything to them. And then here's a ground cherry. Look at this one. It's actually quite a bit bigger than the ground cherries growing in the ground. I guess, you know, obviously because it's getting plenty of nutrition and water on a schedule. Here's a little disease. So I do need to trim this off the tomatoes and make sure that I'm spraying them with the neem and the soap. And then I actually ran out of water here, and so and I didn't notice it for a while, so I need to pull these green beans and restart them because they suffered the shock of that. And probably change out the flower. This is getting a little long and lanky, so I have a couple of flowers that I planted. So yeah, there's a few things to do in the garden, but there's still so much to harvest, even though I haven't been out here. And I haven't been taking care of the garden. So I feel really blessed. Hopefully this week I can get things whipped into shape and get some new stuff planted. I've got sweet potatoes back there that I need to harvest. And then I have all of these plants that I can plant here. I am trying some tree collards, which I will put in pots and put out near the chickens, because I don't know if you can see the chickens way over there, because that will be great for the chickens. They eat everything off the gardens, but I like to plant them more stuff. And I've got a few flowers like calendula, some Shasta daisy, African daisy, cosmos, and I'm going to put some of these in the tower and see how they do. And then I'm trying the Viroflay spinach from Whitwam, and so far so good. It looks great. It seems to be one of the more heat resistant varieties. So this is kohlrabi, which I grow all the time, but the problem is it's from Johnny Seeds, and Johnny Seeds is so expensive for shipping that I wanted to see how Whitwam Organics spinach compared, because I recommend his seeds all the freaking time. His seeds are so great. And I thought I really should figure out how his spinach does and try this Viroflay variety, so that I can have a good recommendation for you guys that you're not having to buy from Johnny's Seeds. So that's it. That's my garden tour. Gonna make zucchini bread today. I'm just busy. I need more coffee. I hope you guys are having a great day in your garden. And hopefully next time I make a video, this will be prettier and you know, prettier. That's all I can say. It's pumping out the food, but it's not pretty. All right, you guys have a great day.